Okay, hello all. This will be the first video looking at the learning outcomes for this week. Okay, so in this week, week 4, we're pressing on with unit number 3. How much are these? So you should be familiar with this kind of color vocabulary at this point. Right? Our target conversation, we're going to be talking about shopping. And so the functional outcome for this week will be looking at this, that, these, and those, and expressing preferences about shopping. So the way that you'd build this into a conversation with your partner would be to talk about which shops that you prefer to go to for shopping, which department stores, which restaurants, and what kind of things you prefer to buy when you go shopping. So that's something you're going to have to work together in your groups in this week's class to build up. So this kind of specific talking about actual things in the shop we won't be doing in our group work, but rather I imagine a conversation would run something like this. What's your favorite kind of food? My favorite kind of food is tteokbokki. Which tteokbokki restaurant do you prefer? I prefer the tteokbokki restaurant that's near the front gate of Pukyeong University. Oh, do you mean Marshinen tteokbokki jip? That one? Not that one, but I prefer perhaps some other ones. So just build some of the learning outcomes into a natural dialogue talking about shopping. You could also talk about which department store that you prefer to shop at, or which kind of food you prefer to eat and where you prefer to buy it. Or when you go grocery shopping, which kind of grocery store do you prefer to go to? To the mart or to the Shijang, the street market? Those are the kind of things that I expect to be built in and practiced in the group work in this week's online Zoom class. Also looking at Unit 3, right, you could practice some talking about items that are popular to buy. Certainly, you could talk about AirPods and tablets. I'd get you to review this material, this vocab, talking about different materials. So it's made of cotton for your own self-study. I don't think we'll build that into our upcoming test. Right? But certainly, we'll be looking at this grammar point and preferences. So in the next video, I'll talk more about the grammar and the kind of example questions and answers you can give to express your preference. We're also lightly going to touch on comparisons this week. So you can think about what kind of comparisons you can build into your conversation. So comparisons run like this: cheap, cheaper. So cheaper is a comparison. It's cheaper than. Right? I prefer going to Yugane Dakgalbi because it's cheaper than other Dakgalbi restaurants. I prefer shopping at Shinsege department store, even though it's more expensive than other department stores. I think the quality is better at Shinsege. So those kind of natural conversation outcomes is what you're going to be aiming for in this week's class. I'd get you to review through this unit. If there's anything you're not sure about, you can always send me a little personal message on Kakao Talk, and I'll be happy to explain any of the learning outcomes for you at that time. Okay, catch you in the next video.